Welcome to the bold analysis. The president should be able to call his house to order. And in this podcast, we're going to look at what the president's handlers, some of the utterances of the president's handlers, why I believe it is time for him to call the house in order. Sometimes a narrative can be made, a lie can be said several times until it sounds like the truth. Oscar Sudi, Janet Sietney, the Turbo Member of Parliament, William Kamket, and several other MPs are making some claims that I think the members of the public should be wary of here.
Kwa sababu ile maneno iko mtandao siku hizi ukiona, halafu mtu mmoja watu wanasimama watu wachache hapo, rais anafanya hii, maneno ya abduction, maneno ya nini. Unajua rais pia umenikosea kidogo. Ile siku nyingine ulitangaza waziri, nilikuwa nafikiri unasema Kipchumba Sudi. Kumbe yakakuwa Kipchumba Murkomen. Tena juzi nimesikia tena nilikuwa nategea ukasema tena Kipchumba Murkomen. Sasa wangenipatia hiyo docket hiyo ya usalama siku 3 peke yake. Hiyo watoto na ujinga hiyo ya kuchora vitu kwa maneno itaisha. Kwa sababu lazima tu hakuna inji inaongozwa na upuzi. Lazima inji yote inaongozwa na katiba na heshima. Si ni kweli? Yeah. Na mtu asikutisha rais. Unajua mimi nasikia naona yule mtu tulivuguza baada anaongea hapo. Mwingine anasema sijui nini hapo. Mai kuona inji yenye mtu anaenda tamu moja. Hakuna hiyo. Wataruka juu chini. Lakini mambo itakuwa sawa. Ya mwisho kabisa.
Huwa tunasikia vibaya sana Mheshimiwa Rais wakati unapotusiwa sisi kama wamama, kwa sababu haistahili hivyo. Kwa hivyo nataka niseme leo hapa ya kwamba kila mzazi awajibike kwa nidhamu ya mtoto wake. Na pia Mheshimiwa Rais, watoto ambao wanaenda kwenye mitandao sio watoto wadogo, ni watoto wa umri ambao ni 18 and above. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, nataka niseme pia wawajibike kwa utofu wa nidhamu yao kupitia kwa sheria. Mheshimiwa Rais.
Na rais, usiogope. Hiyo watu wakileta ya kisirani kamata. Kwani iko nini? Watafanya nini? Na wakicheza, rais, unajua mimi natoka kaunti ya 24. Kaunti ya Baringo sisi ndio tunajua mambo ya 24 years. Sisi ndio tunajua kwa manufacture rais akae 24. So wakicheza hata tunasambia wewe rais endelea kidogo. Kwani iko nini?
Sio anasema ati vijana walipotea. Walipotea saa ngapi na wanaenda kuficha vijana na kukula chapati huko ndani ya hoteli. Mnachoi inaitwa bulgibet. Ngoja segure bulgibet. Mwenye alipotosha yeye ni Okia Omutata, na Omutata leta kibet. Omutata produce bulgibet. Kwa nini? Siku kibet alipotea, alienda kwa ofisi ya Omutata. Si alienda kwa ofisi ya Omutata? Wakaongea. Alafu Omutata baadaye akasema tulikuwa na kibet, watu askari wakapiga simu kwamba kuna watu. Kama Omutata alijua kuna watu wanaboja kibet huko nje, kwa nini Omutata hakumchunga kibet na kuweka gari yake?
Those statements are very unfortunate. And I want to allow me to start with Janet Sietney, the Turbo Member of Parliament, whom I believe is a mother through God's blessing, believes that the parents are the problem. The same parents who are spending money to attend court sessions, walk from police stations from one to the other, and from mortuaries looking for their lost children are being blamed for what's happening. I don't know that it's a problem of upbringing, but I want to answer this. It is not true that the problem is the parents. The problem is rage. There is something I do say in this podcast. The people that were chased from the streets went to Twitter to tweet. So what started in June, it is what continued in the social media spaces. But of course, in that space, people tend to enjoy some of freedom. Oscar Sudi seemed to say that what is happening is not even better. He will still have the best version of it. In fact, he's saying the minister in charge is not even doing better to address himself in the situation. And if he was a minister in charge of interior, then it would have taken him like 3 days. And indirectly, Oscar Sudi is owning up and is saying that crackdown on these cartoon bloggers does not need the law, or rather just need a ruthless minister to be in charge. I don't understand, because on one end, Mkarabati should actually be reminded that the role of the CS is, and the executive is policy, but the police operation is independent role under the office of the IG. So clearly, what Sudi is saying, that if he is a minister, the minister is in charge, is supposed to work, is supposed to meddle and influence the operations in the IG office. This fellow's Kamket believes the presidents can even be added more term. Can even scrap the term limit. Talking about the 24 years of Moi. And because he comes from Baringo, and another one believes Tata is keeping some of these boys in a city hotel. Of course, not profiling, but all those statements strategically came from the president's backyard. I think much as we want to make things look sweet to the ear, but we must be sensitive of everything we say. I will want to interpret politically some of this, but kindly subscribe to our channel. And we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. We are 3,800 short of that target, and I believe it is possible. Inawezekana. So kindly subscribe. Subscription is absolutely free. When you subscribe, the next 1 month, I believe we shall cross the 100,000 mark and celebrate in a special way. I want to say this. We are living a lie. And when you remember the anti-finance bill protest that happened in 2024 June, it started with the finance bill. But the moment people went to the street, the next day the president was shooting down what was passed in the National Assembly. The population was back in the streets talking about other issues. The year 2025 should have been the year to turn around the country. The year 2025 should have been the year. There's something that have been said that I know political think tanks say it is not time to be popular. I'm saying this because these emotional outbursts are not helping the situation. And I don't know whether the president is getting advice from NIS. Because just on Monday, the country has been, I've been seeing some high profile lobbying on people to protest. At the same time, the people around the president are making such utterances. The citizens, and if these statements are meant to dwing the public so that they support abductions, I think that's a wrong way to do it. For whatsoever reason, the citizens cannot legitimize abductions. To the president, he needs to cool down, because the economic turnaround plan that they talk about is worthless with such statements. The charade and the entitlement from the president's backyard is alarming. I am not biased this, but I think even Mount Kenya, even Kikuyu has produced how many? Uhuru and Kibaki and Jomo Kenyatta. We never saw such entitlement during even Uhuru era, even Uhuru 1, even during Kibaki era. We never saw such entitlement. And the 2025 rage, if not cooled down, we are making our 2026 politics campaigns be a do or die, which should not. Hey, this is boiling down to 2026. I have listened to Ndindi Nyoro. I would love to analyze his statements. Have said that everything boils down to 2026. Ruto protection. I know there are people that they speak this way and they believe we are making Ruto happy, we are protecting President Ruto. But that protection scheme looks like abandoning the electorate. And that is why the public will turn against the MPs. I believe this year we need to cool down. Yes, Mr. President, we need to cool down. Your pressure iko juu sana. And at this critical time, I tend to see that there are some people that are speaking not out of knowledge, either out of emotions or just scripts sent to them so that they speak, or I don't know. But on this one, we need to cool down, because the truth about this is, it is not. We want to legitimize what has happened in terms of punishment. I've seen someone saying they are over 18, they need to be punished. These are 6 boys. You cannot lecture all the parents in the country because of an abduction. And then are you saying if there is a problem, then the extrajudicial means is the way to punish? Let's think through it.